Hello everyone. How are you today? My name is Elizabeth Willett, Senior Fertility Herbalist with the Natural Fertility Company. We are a team of women who support couples on their journey to pregnancy naturally, and we are the naturalfertilityshop.com and naturalfertilityinfo.com. So welcome everyone who's joining. I hope that you're having a great day. Today we're going to talk a little bit about more about emotional support. I have been in the past, or for the past several weeks, talking about emotional support for your fertility journey. What to do, how you can do that, how to work through your anger, your fear, your frustration, your loss of hope, all of those emotions that become completely overwhelming and all-consuming when you're on this journey. So today we're going to talk about a few things that you can perhaps have on hand to support yourself through some of these emotions. So as you know, there are times when you're in a place where you can't stop and meditate, or where you can't jump in a bath and relax, or grab a book, or run for tea with a friend, or go for a walk or a jog, or work on any of those stress reduction techniques that you've employed for yourself. There are times when we're in meetings, or we're in the middle of our workday, or we have a task that needs to be done, or dinner's burning on the stove, or we're sitting in the middle of church, or waiting in line at a store, and something just hits you. Perhaps you see a pregnant woman, or perhaps you're reminded of something that you've got to do, or a pill you forgot to take, or a test result that you tried to put in the back of your mind, whatever that might be, and you just can't use one of those stress reduction techniques that you have learned and are trying to use. This is where something like flower essences can come in really handy. They're super easy to use. They can be taken by anyone at any point, wherever you are in your journey, whether you're using natural therapies or medication. It doesn't matter. This is something that any of you can have on hand in your pocket or your purse or your bag and use at any point. So what are flower essences? Flower essences were discovered by a man called Dr. Bach. He was from Germany. He's no longer living. But he was almost desperately seeking a way to support the attitude and the mind. And he had discovered what is known as plant archetype energy infused in water. It truly is this. These tiny little bottles of remedy are beautiful flowers soaking in water in the sun. And there's an idea that the sun helps the plant's energy infuse in the water, and you end up taking the energy infused water. Now, I know that some of you are probably thinking, that sounds really interesting. How can energy-infused water do anything for me? And I encourage you to go ahead and learn more about flower essences and perhaps even homeopathy. They're not the same, but it might give you a better understanding of why we natural practitioners know that energy from plants also is healing and can support us in our emotions. So yeah, anyway, you can seek out that information. I'm not going to explain that whole philosophy and what Dr. Bach found in any more detail right now. I have an article on naturalfertilityinfo.com that we can get to you, or that you can search for to learn more about that too. But what I wanted to do today is talk to you about, or share with you about 15 different flower remedies or flower essences. You'll hear them talked about in both ways to consider having on hand. Actually, there are going to be 17 because I've got 2 extras that I brought to show you. So flower remedies do work on the level of energy. They help us with our emotions and feelings too. Of course, that's part of it. But they do that without impeding anything else you're doing. And that's actually why these can come in real handy and are really important to consider. So the 15 that I wanted to highlight, here we go. If you want to grab a pen and paper really quickly while I grab something that I dropped, go for it. I'll be right back. Told you to be really quick. So anyway, let's get going. There is a flower called agrimony. Agrimony. Agrimony is for those who hide their problems behind a cheerful face. If you find yourself constantly smiling and being positive, but you're breaking inside, agrimony would be something to consider. These are people that you would never know are hurting. These are people who are really good at hiding what's going on and the emotions and feelings. And constantly are able to stay cheery looking on the outside. The second is cherry plum, just like it sounds, CHERRYPLUM, 2 words. Cherry plum is for cooling down. This is for the person who fears that they're going to lose control, that they're going to break. They get so hopped up, anxious, nervous. The emotion is like, it's almost like you're a volcano that you're going to blow. This is who that is the person who cherry plum would be for. And it can be in response to yourself, someone you love, or anyone else. It doesn't matter what's causing that buildup that's making you feel like you're gonna blow. Elm, I love elm. I have it on hand all the time. Elm is for overwhelm. Who isn't at one point in almost every day of their life overwhelmed? This is a person who's very competent and very capable and very knowledgeable and smart and strong and trust themselves, yet they're overwhelmed. Forget-me-not. Forget-me-not is for the person who feels like they have a hole in their heart, who's lost a piece of themselves or feels lonely. Obviously, this might be someone, in our instance, who has had a miscarriage or lost a child, someone who has lost an ovary or lost part of what makes them feel like a fertile being. Those are things to keep in mind. Gentian, G-E-N-T-I-A-N, are for those who feel easily discouraged. This person usually can pinpoint, name, or write down, or speak with confidence the reason or the cause for their depression, and they get easily depressed when something goes wrong or they're faced with difficulties. Very easily to go back to that place of depression. And sometimes it's really little things that are seemingly positive that take them back to that place, place of discourage. Holly, H-O-L-L-Y, Holly is the jolly remedy. Holly jolly, think of that. This is an anger heart remedy, actually, for people who have sharp feelings of anger and jealousy, even hatred. I'm sure for some of you, maybe not, hopefully not actually, you have had a friend or a loved one or someone's really close to you get pregnant and have a child, and perhaps more than once. For some women, this can ruin friendships, especially when dealing with infertility and there is a hatred and a really, really sour feeling about someone else's success when you're struggling. That would be the person who may want to consider Holly. Impatiens, I-M-P-A-T-I-E-N-S. Impatiens are a flower that so many people around where I live use for, decorating in the spring and summer. They grow them. I'm sorry you're going through some jealousy. It's really tough. It's really tough. But anyway, impatience is for the impatient. I email with people who are impatient every single day. I feel like impatience is probably one of the number one feelings or emotions that women with infertility, certainly if it's been chronic or prolonged infertility, deal with. They just want results now. Darn it, I wanted results 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago. Impatience is for the person who hates to waste time. I want to get pregnant this month. That's the plan. I mean, it's certainly great to have motivation and to have a plan. But this person perhaps is also frustrated by how slow things are going and focused on the time being, and just really doesn't want to waste any more time. Has a deep-seated, I got to do it now sort of feeling. Next, mimulus. I also have mimulus on hand all the time at my house. Mimulus is for a worry or fear with a known cause that you can name. This would be, for example, I'm very worried about my upcoming HSG. It can be simple, but you have to be able to name what's causing your worry as opposed to not knowing. Some people with anxiety and depression aren't quite sure where it's coming from, what's causing their anxiety. It can be completely unknown and it can hit out of the blue. That wouldn't be who mimulus is for. Mimulus is for something that you can say, I'm really concerned about driving in traffic today. I'm really concerned about my upcoming test. I'm really concerned or worried about whatever, fill in the blank. And mimulus is spelled M-I-M-U-L-U-S. My son just walked in. Do you want to come and say hi to everyone? This is the first for me. Do you want to say hi or not?
Yeah.
Okay, come here really quickly. You have to peek your head up here. Can you wave at everyone? Ah, oops. Can you wave?
How can we see them?
This is my son, Brody. They're watching me. I'm live. I'm on TV right now. Can I help you in just a few minutes when I'm done?
I have to go poop.
Okay, very good. Very real 5-year-old concerns right now. Everyone's saying hi, Brody. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. I'll be in just a second. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so anyway, he knows I'm on video, but he needed to come in. He's got to go to the bathroom and needs my help, right? Thank you. All right, so let's move on. We talked about mimulus, M-I-M-U-L-U-S. So olive is the next one. Olive is for exhaustion. Olive is for fatigue from dealing with something for a very long time. You know, that could be infertility for anyone. And very long time, those 3 words are defined by you. That's what it means for you. Your long time could be a year. Your long time could be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever that is for you. No practitioner can dictate what very long means. Star of Bethlehem I've talked about before, and we carry this at the Natural Fertility Shop. Star of Bethlehem is for tragedy, loss, and heartbreak, right? Dr. Bach, in fact, described this remedy as the comforter and soother of pains and sorrows. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful flower essence. Sweet chestnut is for mental anguish. Those who, the hopeless despair of what they're feeling has reached their limit. They've reached their limit. They're just hopeless and in despair, pretty chronically. Intense sorrow, almost feels like they're going to be destroyed by that sorrow. Walnut, yes, just like the one we eat, the flower before the nut forms. Walnut is a remedy to help you move beyond. This is for someone who's facing transition from one stage to another. So think of the woman who has been trying to conceive with her own eggs naturally, and she's faced now, after tests and results and all sorts of different things, with considering egg donation or sperm donation on the male side. Someone who perhaps is trying to decide if adopting is a better choice for them than continuing to put themselves through this infertility journey. Things like that. People who are faced with some sort of transition. What next? White chestnut flower. This is for the obsessive worrier. You know, impossible to control obsessive thoughts. Wild ginger is for finding peacefulness amongst the chaos, whether the chaos is good or bad. Good chaos can be a good thing, kind of, and I can't necessarily describe good chaos other than, you know, maybe a work day where everyone's being productive and positive and you're kind of the one in the back going, but my infertility. Something like that, or bad chaos, but that would be something to consider wild ginger for. It's probably one of my favorite plants to find in the wild. I always get excited when I see wild ginger in the wild. Willow, W-I-L-L-O-W, is for bitterness or resentment. You hang on to old stuff. You're feeling shortchanged in life. You're wondering, why you don't deserve infertility. Why am I infertile and she wasn't? Why is this happening to me and it's not happening to her? In a negative state, willow people, when they're in that place of negativity, begrudge other people's success and joy and health and happiness and good luck. They almost are a place where they're wishing not such good luck or happiness on others. So there are the 15. I know I kind of went through them a little bit fast. I have them online for you with more details. So let me know if you need that, or go ahead and go to naturalfertilityinfo.com and search them. But then there are 2 more. Remember, I said there are going to be 17 that I want to show you that perhaps are going to be an easier place to start. So I have to grab them. And I've showed them to you before as well because I use them. And I've talked about these stress reduction techniques before. But this is Dr. Bach's Rescue Remedy. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it in my super bright light. So it's a tiny bottle, yellow label, and it says Bach, B-A-C-H, Rescue Remedy. This is 5 different flower essences combined. You put 4 drops on your tongue as often as you need to every day. You put 4 drops in your water bottle and you sip it throughout the day. This is general coverage. Maybe an easier way to start, if you can't pinpoint where you are with any of these other remedies, perhaps Rescue Remedy would be something to have on hand or try a starting point. And then the cohort to this, which is similar, is 5-flower formula. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. My light is so bright. Oh, there you can. This is made by another company called FES. 5-flower is pretty much the same thing. It's just a different company's creation of Rescue Remedy. There you go. Is it going to focus for us? Yeah. So if you're not sure about flower essences, if you didn't really resonate with one of the specifics that I told you about, perhaps one of these combined remedies would be a really nice place to start. I have Rescue Remedy on hand. It goes with me almost wherever I go. Particularly right now with some hand sanitizer. Wherever I go, I take them both. And I feel like it just takes the edge off of my emotions and my anxiety when I need it, just enough that I can get through it. And that usually is the help. So hopefully using one of these will help you enough, just enough to get you through it in the moment. And then when you get home later in the day or you get out of that situation where you can't use one of your stress reduction techniques, you will be able to then calm and take a bath or spend some time meditating or work on your affirmations or anything else that you need to do. So I really love flower essences. I've seen pretty big benefits in myself. I have used them on my children and I have used them with my plants. You can even give them to plants. I know it seems a little bit crazy, but I'm an herbalist, but sometimes houseplants and I don't get along. So I've actually learned about using Rescue Remedy with houseplants, and I've saved a couple from dying. It seems silly. And it's not fertility related at all. But anyway, these are tools to consider because they can be used by anyone at any point in time, no matter what you're taking or doing or anything. Yep. So anyway, I need to go. My son still needs me. Thank you for allowing him to pop out and say hi today. And I'll be back next week. I think we're going to talk about skincare, hair care, and body care products. So that could change. Don't hold me to it. But anyway, thanks for joining me. If you want more info about flower essences, let us know. And I hope that you have a fabulous day. I hope that you're working through your emotions and stress in an easier way this new year as we've been talking about it. And I wish you all well. Hello and goodbye.